It's live right now. What are you talking about? We're waiting for it to be live. I'm live right now. What? YouTube quit being weird challenge. Impossible. Oh, it worked. I heard the birds. I heard the birds. Can I see the chat yet? Nope. But anyway, we're doing tarot card pulls, oracle card pulls. It's a donation stream. But yeah. Other than that, hope everyone is doing well, feeling blessed and highly favored. Oh, there we go, loaded finally. Let me do this. So, give me a second to get something loaded up really quickly. And then I will do something that I feel is a good idea. And welcome in. How are we doing? How are we doing? I feel like doing this. I feel like just pulling one randomly for the collective. In that sort of sense, I guess, I suppose. We'll see what comes out. We'll read the book for it. Happy? That's great to hear. I'm glad to hear that you're doing happy. It is one, right? That is two. I thought so. Wow. Okay. So, just for the one in general, we have star being healing codes and emerald tablet activation. Let me get to star ST. Start gathering, start healing codes. And the message, how am I? I'm doing very well. Yeah, I'm doing very well. Kind of disassociated, but I'm doing well. But start being healing codes, which is important information. Wounds are healed, recharging. The message is, if the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay for you to retreat to a safe space and cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and share healing with the world, but please ensure you are balanced and filled up with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with divine light that will wash away any blockages or stagnant energy standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. Star being guides are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being, and it's important for you to stay alert for any intuitive guidance about your body so you can be restored to health once more. And while I was reading that, a gust of wind flew through, and I have this door. I have the window open all the time, and I've never had a gust of wind come through. And now wind's coming through after reading that one. But we have Emerald as well, Emerald Tablet Activation, which is cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. When the Emerald Tablet Activation card appears, you are being called to remember your gifts you are carrying from previous lifetimes. Even if you don't always understand how to express them, there's a part of you that knows how to that you hold great power within. This is a special time for you to use that power to bring into manifestation for all you need with your life to unfold in a way that is in alignment with your best interest. All that has unfolded so far has given you the opportunity to learn and grow, even the unsettling moments, but you are a master alchemist with the capacity to take that was once challenging and use it to create positive opportunities for yourself. As above, so below. All the thoughts you send up to Source will contribute to your evolution on Earth. Um, we're gonna get, two more. We're gonna do the Angel Prayer oracles and the Illyrian Oracle, but I need to be annoying and ping my YouTube for like the 12th time today to tell everyone that I'm live because I forgot to do that. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the angel prayers for just a general consensus message for those who are in here and maybe needing some form of guidance or just, sight, some form of sight. We'll take these two. So for the angel cards, we have Open Your Heart, Archangel Shamuel. Thank you, Shamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. And Clear Your Vibes with Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. So now is definitely a time to do some cleansings and open your heart. Working with your heart chakra will help you cleansing energy, doing Reiki, energy removals, frequencies, meditations, however, just to remove certain old frequencies that may be attached to you. That may be attached to even your heart space, or the attachments may be affecting um, how you see your heart space in a sense. So just watch out for that. But today is definitely a day for cleansing and operating out of that heart space. For the Lyrians, though. And for the Lyrian Oracle deck, it's the third eye 333. Truth revealed, work wise, not hard, and magician. And resources, observation, abundant prosperity, and gifts. So now again, like even with your third eye coming up here, you have all the materials that you need. You're just needing to look at something in a different way. You're needing to not stress so much on the masculine sense of working, but focusing more on the feminine aspect when you work. So that when you work, it's not just hard work. It's something that is able to nurture you, and that you know will nurture you back. For instance, fighting with yourself over an issue that has caused you a bit of disgruntlement isn't worth that sort of energy. So it's best to nurture yourself by allowing yourself to feel that way, not trying to fight it by saying that you shouldn't feel that way or that it's bad to feel that way. Um, but nurture yourself in the sense of just allowing yourself to feel and be, and in being in that authentic energy for that point in time, so that the lesson that is there to bring you can be learned, even if the lesson brings a bit of embarrassment after the fact, even if you're by yourself and it brings that embarrassment. Is it a lesson, is an imprint, a way of learning with the soul, so that you can express a feeling or experience a feeling, to know whether or not it truly desired to do that, just for better engagement, moving forward. But we're gonna get the other angel cards and the animal card. I felt like getting those last second. And then after that, if anyone needs any of the tarot or oracle card pulls, let me know. But for this angel deck, we have the Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. Time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion and sudden changes. And the Magician with Archangel Raziel. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear in successful beginnings. So again, the Magician popping up twice is just kind of to show like at this point in time you have the control. You're just needing to make a solid decision to move forward with it. If you're afraid of making a mistake or you're afraid of the future, don't let that stop you. That fear of the future can in the present moment, if you use that fear as a motivator, as a way to boost you forward, to keep you as far as away from that reality that's coming towards you as possible, it can boost you forward. It can be a force that helps you instead of hinders you in that sense. So if you are struggling with fears of the future, focus on what you can do now to prevent that future from coming. Don't worry about the big steps. Worry about the smaller ones that you can do. Starting from what's closest to you to what's furthest away. So first off, calming down your nervous system would be the first step. Then after calming down your nervous system, getting into like a relaxed state to where you can actually think and decipher. Calming down, getting rid of that adrenaline. Working out or however you need to do so, and then going through that process of working through the feelings of things. But the animal cards that we have is a wolf, which is inner strength. You may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. And panda, which is boundaries. Your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their impact in excuse me. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura. You have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul with the same gentle love and support you offer others. So other than that, this is part of that leadership kind of energy that's been around recently, of taking control of self, but taking control of self in a sense to where you are the individual. You're the person that's playing the role of the assistant in your life. So if you're needing someone like, oh, I would do all the things I need to do, but I need someone with me. Begin to befriend yourself so that when you do those things, you don't feel as if you are doing them alone. Remove that word alone from how you believe it to be at the time. There is no being alone. There's a twin inside of you, a feminine twin inside of you that you can't see or operate with because you're in that masculine energy. You're in that energy of moving forward and not of introspection and stillness. Goodness gracious. But yeah, that is that. I mean, I could probably get some tarot and shadow tarot too, since we already did all the decks except for these last two. You know what I mean? Might as well. Might as well. I'm stopping myself from going on my like 1000th rant about tarot. So if I start sighing, it's because I'm just like, it's not worth talking about. Because my brain's like, ooh, talk about this. It's like, don't need to. And that makes sense with this popping up. Anyway, necromancy, Libra energy. um, Necromancy is severe energy loss, anxiety, discomfort, and stress, psychological correction, addiction, false sense and abuse of power, Weakness, sickness, bluff, intimidation, fearfulness, and depression. And then we have Lady Pingerswick. And I can kind of already gauge where this is going, which is good. Means I'm starting to learn this deck a little bit more. But I can already kind of gauge how this is going to turn out, and what the grand message of this is. But this one, Lady Pingerswick, is otherworldliness, psychic ability, gentleness, artistic creativity, love of music, intuition, vision, discretion, successful resolution of problems, and a good period lies ahead. There is something about a past, it's like, so I'm gonna try and connect it with everything that we've done so far as well, because I don't want to just, you know. So with the whole thing of, if you've been dealing with being afraid of moving forward, it's because of a cycle that's happening in the past. This attachment to being left in the cold, or being left floating around, not receiving help or not receiving guidance from the divine, is what the divine is trying to kind of push you out of. They need you to focus more on the artistic endeavors, on the creativity, on the messages that you've received personally. This is that test between the ego and the soul. If you're going to listen to your mind or your heart knows things are going to be fine, but your mind is going out and saying all these other things, and this is that battle. If you are struggling with that, definitely look into expressing that musically or artistically, drawing, singing, dancing, however this is. Like, use an art form to rid of these feelings, and not rid of them as in throwing them away, but expressing them, allowing them to have the life that they too deserve to have, as they don't want to bother you or to pressure you to be, in a sense. They just want you to experience them so that you can have a better relationship with them and their whole volume of of what's going on. Regardless, you're needing to find a way to counteract and balance out these anxiety, stressful thoughts. No matter if it's about an individual or a thing that's coming up, you need to express yourself. And you might feel like doing that art while doing it, because I've done this a lot too, is a waste of time while you're doing that art. And it's not that it's a waste of time, it's that you're expressing yourself on a level that isn't normal, for the brain to digest. When you aren't raised to be creative, or when you're shunned for your creativity, when you begin to pour your heart into your art, and create from that heart space, the rational mind doesn't know how to grasp it, and it feels weird, and it feels like you need to get rid of it or something. And that's not the case. That's not what you need to do. So really focus on what you already know, rather than what your mind is trying to gauge off of what's happening now. You don't know what's going to happen next. And, and don't let that be something that, you know, throws you out of whack either way, whether that's for good or worse, for better or worse, I mean. But allow that to let you know that you have full control. And even though you take those actions, it doesn't mean that that result's going to, come out. But just enjoying that expression, enjoying that experience that you're having with self, whether that experience is, being in this stressed out environment, or this expression of art, however, just being in that, and enjoying that as itself, learning that lesson of how to nurture yourself, of how to care for yourself in that sense, um in a non-judgmental way. Because again, with necromancy in Libra, it's all about balancing out something from the past. You could even be going through a situation that is balancing out something that you did in the past, so that when you move forward to this next era, there's not like an off-kiltered scale. This might have been done by request, verbal request, mental request, even a soul-like request. Maybe your ancestors, guides requested it for you. However, just be very aware of that moving forward, of like what things are kind of repeating, what cycles have you already experienced that are happening again, and what can you do differently this time, that you didn't do last time. So, think about the feeling. The reason why that past experience is coming up is to give you an answer, that can save you from that same outcome as last time for this time, so that you can have a better, I mean, not necessarily a better, but a different experience, one that's more suited to who you are now than who you were then. Um, but the first tarot card is the Seven of Wands. So right now, don't jump. You might have a lot of ideas of, oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that. Don't do that. Don't try and plan something right now. Right now is the time for the divine to come in and move things. So don't move without divine instruction. Uh, Even if you need to, like, have a coin, heads is yes and tails is no, or whatever, the other way around, doesn't matter. Flip it and ask the question, like, what do I need to do this? Flip it. It goes on heads or whatever, yes. If it goes on tails, no. Take that as that direct motive and move forward with that. If you need to, if you need that for the sort of confirmation, if you need that sort of direct contact, do so. But right now is not a time to move forward with any idea that you have. Right now is the time to just sit still and wait for the divine. Do what you already know that you need to do. But anything that you're like, oh, I don't know if I should do this, don't step forward with that. Ask questions with the divine. Start to connect to the divine space right now so that you don't start working on something that isn't actually going to be of any form of value, and wasting time that you could have spent doing things that were of value. Because, I mean, that's literally what I was just saying with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You be careful of overworking on something that's not right. You may be making steps that are familiar or parallel, I should say, with the last cycle, but the things that's different is like your feelings response, your stature, how you're holding yourself, all these other things, right? Be careful of that, because even though you may be handling it differently emotionally, there's a repetitive action that's messing on the physical, because now we're messing with the invisible and the physical, the wands and the pentacles, right? So now that you know that you're doing like something actual on the physical, that's repeating, that's causing some form of issue that you may be, excuse me. So be aware of that. See what you, again, just like see what you did last cycle, see what you're doing this cycle, see the similarities, and really ask, like, what can I do different? Ask for a sign, ask for how it to come up, whether that's scrolling through some form of algorithm and asking for a sign with that, or doing divination of your own, getting a reading, however. But just make sure that you're really connected with that heart space, connected with that divine, that true feminine, the mother, before moving forward. Just so that you don't repeat the same mistake, because it's not something that you need to repeat. It's not a lesson you need to go through again. But it can and will repeat if steps aren't taken to help prevent that sort of cycle from occurring. But that'd be all the cards. That's all of them. But that was a little collective reading. If anyone else needs 2 card pulls, tarot, oracle, you can mix and match if you want, but it'd be 1 card from each, 1 card from 2 decks. But we can do that. Let me know whatever subject. If you have any questions about healing, about tarot cards, spirituality, divination, things of that nature, you can ask me. I'll do my best to answer them. I do my best to spread truth. I don't make up things on spot. I don't like lying to people. If I don't know something, I will say I don't know. If I have an opinion or a thought form about something, I'll let you know as well. But regardless of that, we're doing a fundraiser for tarot classes that I'm running, where we're breaking down in depth what every tarot card means, down to the imagery, the hand symbols of the cards, the symbology, the color works, and everything. So that's what the fundraiser is for. It's also to help me kind of keep afloat, as YouTube is just not helpful. I also post on TikTok and Instagram, and those platforms are also just not the best for me, apparently. Platforms are just not very happy of what I'm doing. So donations and YouTube are really the the support that we have. It's truly a community-based support system that we have here. Because YouTube wants to be weird and shadow ban me every day. Hell yeah, I'm glad you stood your ground and walked from them. It's always best not to engage with those people. They just want to get the ruse out of you. Those are like your energy vampire types. And though they might not actually drain you of like get any form of like energetic benefit from themselves from draining you, some energy vampires end up draining people just to waste their energy. Because they don't even want it either in that sense. So it's always good to just make sure that, you know, you're protected on that ground by walking away whenever things get agitated or heated up. If someone starts immediately randomly screaming at you for no reason, you probably just don't want to interact with them, you know what I mean? Like at that point, there's something going on with them, and I don't, you know, that shouldn't have to involve you in that sense. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but the Crystal Skull Epstein. Einstein, not Epstein, Einstein. The Crystal Skull Einstein popped up in my head. That's so weird. I haven't like thought of Einstein in like forever. That's just so bizarre that Einstein is like something that we exist with right now. Like the Crystal Skull. And welcome in, how we doing, how we feeling. Yeah, I don't know, like there was there's like an Einstein sacred sound healing video that I was sent a while ago that I always watch. I've done a lot of meditations with it. I'm doing well. I can't complain, I'm doing well. Yeah, we got the terror. Today's gonna be a busy day for me. I know that for sure. I got 3 videos planned that I am gonna film. And then I have the night... No, it's 2 videos that I'm gonna record. And then it's one that I have to mash together after I upload the Knight of Cups. And then if I feel able to, I'll start on the wands. Yeah, I normally just meditate with the ohm sound, the ohm vibration. If I do meditate with sound, if not, I kind of just dive inside myself with silence. Like I use meditation music like relax. I don't meditate to it. I just sit back and like use it as like background noise to help me just like, you know, do work or whatever. It's really interesting. I don't know if that's just because I make music and everything like with music for me is technically a, like meditation or what. I would like to have like an inner like I want to go see Einstein. Like I really want to go see that crystal skull cuz it keeps calling to me and I do meditations but they're all fuzzy with them. So I don't know like if that's just the video, something with the video or what. Some ones are they're pretty difficult when you first start doing them. Um, Whenever you start working with your mind, uh, and you know, observing how it works and learning how like it will randomly start thinking of things when nothing happens to just keep you on your feet and like red alert you. When you start like working with that aspect of self, it gets a lot easier. Because a lot of because the only reason like your thoughts are going everywhere is because there's this uh uneasiness, this unrestlessness because of curiosity. There might have been an intention to set to meditate, um, but there's still parts of the self that's unhealed that can't fully trust being alone within self in that sense. Because moving through yourself is a very like serious and somewhat scary thing to do if you're not prepared to move through like your own vessel in a sense. So it's important to, you know, keep track of those things. A lot of people would just say just go meditate or, you know, you'll be fine, just do it, but like you can really fuck yourself up like really bad. A lot of like spiritual teachers don't like teach, they just tell you what to do. What the hell does that mean? Hold on. Sorry, I just did a pull for myself and that's like the huh. The astrology of this is very interesting. But it's also like really supportive in a really good way. I mean that's what we do over here. I talk about stuff. If no one's getting like a reading and I just get like a random thought, I would just share it out. It's important to talk about things like this though, especially in a world where people are becoming more spiritually inclined or more aware of their own spiritual nature. It's important just to talk about things like this because no one really knows the in depths of it. Um, but that's just what the focus is of this channel, is to kind of like inform on stuff like that and then just talk, hold a good place for people. What the hell? Are you serious? Damn. That's wild. I think that's like I love doing readings for myself like that. They're always so fucking cryptid. I have to like speak out loud. to do readings on myself. It's so funny. What do I need to confirm for stuff? I read the visuals to be yeah, fire candle gazing is really good. I don't know what I was trying to say with fire, but it's candle gazing. Candle gazing is really fun. It's really helpful to do. It calms the mind. It trains you to kind of just like be one with an element. It teaches you about like how to be fire, how to light up, how to keep igniting yourself over and over again off of seemingly nothing. In that sense. Scented candles are fun. I don't use scented candles personally. I'm not. I mean, I like scented candles, but I don't know. I've dropped out of using them. You're a girl. That's fair. That doesn't really, add mean much to the topic of scented candles, but I get that, I guess. Hey, Synth, we're doing well. We are doing well. How are you doing? We're doing oracle cards and tarot cards. But yeah. You took a final. Let's go. How do you feel about it? How we feeling about it? Welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? How we doing? How we feeling? Oh, word, that's what's up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm having a wonderful day so far. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. There's that. I don't really want to get the animal decks. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Well also, or well, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's fine. I passed it up. But yeah, if anyone needs, tarot card read, or is interested in a oracle read, or has any questions or anything of that nature, be sure to to ask away. Don't feel shy to. A lot of people feel shy to. But that's okay. Don't feel shy to. Yeah, I wish the internet would work when I would go outside. I'd be outside doing my stuff. But that is just not how the cookie crumbled. That is just not how the cookie crumbled. I did not get angel cards. No, I didn't. I don't know. If that's part of like, you know, something of like your ancestry or like your bloodline or however, that might be the reason why it affected you in that sense. But I've never heard of that holiday either, so I truly don't know. I don't know. I'm not too tapped in with like the Western stuff. Like I know it, but I'm not like familiar with off branches and stuff of things. What the hell? But yeah. Dude, what is wrong with today? Today just feels like interesting. I don't know what it is. I do not know. It's probably the fast. It's probably the one day of the fast that I'm feeling. I'm tired of drinking bitter water. Each day is fun, always. Each day always is fun. Oh, is that charged? Thank God it's charged. Now you charge. Man, fuck it. I got all these up here too. I'm gonna pull animal card is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull y'all animal card. Fuck it. I'm gonna just start pulling random cards. I don't know what else to do. I want to fill in space. I don't want it just to be like silent all the time. Anyone missing in your energy in a bad way? Tarot can't tell you of that in that sense. It's the wrong divination format. It can't give you actual like truthful or accurate answers in that sense. You can take two. Damn, what is going on? My third eye is going crazy. Alright, but the first animal card is Eagle, all-pervading power, truth seeker, transforms karma. The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. This great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think, eagle child. When in balance, bright, radiant challenges. When out of balance, controlling it to bring into balance. Step into the unknown. Yeah, I love these cards. These cards are like amazing. Let me get to it now. We have otter. We have otter next. Let me flip to it though. Wherever it's at. I didn't mean to get the pocket version of this because I wanted like the big card version, but I bought the pocket version instead, and I've just kind of kept it ever since. That's not the right card. Did it just flip? What? Where did it go? There it is. Anyway, it's otter. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is playfulness of a child available to us at any age. They have the giddiness and reverence of life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, glooms, sighs, makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, dance party, or celebration. Dance party or celebration is so true. But yeah, I'm gonna get the letters tarot and then use the voice of the souls and read from the book with voice of the souls. Let me see what's going on with this though. Oh hell yeah! I've only seen a bald eagle once in my entire life, and I really wanted to hold it, and I just wasn't allowed to or going to because I didn't really want to get attacked. So, but I wanted to hold it. But the first card of this of the letters tarot is the Star, which is justice and humility. Luck is on your side. And the Tower, word and silence. Maneuver through life's changes with confidence and adapt to them with ease. Which is very interesting. If you've been going, if you're in like a difficult situation where like you have to just accept a defeat or accept some form of like momentary or monetary like loss, know that things are gonna get brighter. This is just something that you have to walk through. Like this isn't gonna be like the end of you type thing. There's something that's gonna happen that you're not quite seeing. And I feel like if it's not being seen, it's because of an over focus of situations around, or an overall extreme detachment from the situation just to keep your head level and stuff, which is perfectly fine. you can do that definitely, but make sure that you are, you know, not in either void for too long. Can you have an angel deck? Yeah. Which deck? Tarot deck, angel, or oracle deck, angel? And I can get you. I'm glad I was able to help with that. Truly, oracle today. I got you. Let me finish up this oracle reading, which might take a minute. um, and I will get to it. Man, what the fuck? We have number one, numero uno. We have. Can I flip to it? I guess I can't flip to it. That's perfectly fine. The first one we have is karmic relationships. Your soul needs you to understand the connection that you have with another person, another soul. You need to understand that why that relationship can be so complicated, or why those feelings are so strong. You need to categorize the relationship. The relationship is a karmic one, which means both your souls have already met in previous lives. But this is no reason for the relationship to be toxic or for you to accept things that aren't right for you. Part of you is afraid of cutting this relationship short or focusing on its karmic depth. However, this prevents you from connecting to your free will and making decisions on your own. Today, I'm sending you signs to help you detach yourself from this relationship, take a step back, and connect to your free will. Don't think that unexpected events are signs of fate. They are important to help you connect to your inner strength and let go. The spirit guides want you to know the next 2 days will be rich in for you in signs and important events. You are experiencing an important transition in your energy, emotion, and inner being. You are at a life crossroads, so we invite you to make important choices. We invite you to make these choices on your own. While others can advise you, you are the one who must decide. It's important that you make these decisions. Um, the signs of our presence will be strong in the next 2 days. They may take on many different forms. Embrace them with confidence and compassion. We are by your side to help you be confident in your capabilities of courage and perseverance. These choices will determine a new important path for you. They will let you evolve and learn in a positive way. You can do it on your own. You can do it. And the entity would like you to know, you and I have a karmic relationship. We meet again in life after life. Whether they are positive or negative experiences, our two souls experiment together. There is strong love between us. Know that we will meet again in the next life. Whatever we experience together, our connection and love are always powerful. Our love does not stop at a physical death. Our love will endure through time. I feel this love for you. Today I'm letting you experiment. I am with you, but I don't want you to focus on my outer absence. I am here, silent but united with you through beautiful love. I am here. Focus on that and our indestructible connection, and keep on experimenting, keep on living, and keep being and loving. Everything is beautiful for you. And then we have duality, which the soul wants you to know. You no longer know who you are, what you want to do. Sometimes you make a decision in the rising, and then focus on another in the evening. Letting your mind take over, you can no longer hear me. You can only hear me faintly. Yet I send you many signs, especially inviting you to inner calm. The time has come to take a break. You need to rest and understand your ideas and thoughts. The duality you feel keeps you from inner calm, preventing you from having faith in yourself. The duality is not a coincidence. It is your relationship with me and your own mind. Meditate, breathe, rest. Taking these moments will be so important to help you hear me, to help you trust in the choices that you make. The choices that you make over this next 6 months will be important, and only you can make them. So trust in us. Your spirit guides want you to know. You may have had difficulty overstanding your outer situation. There are many unexpected events, and somehow you are always hesitant. You wait for an external sign to make decisions for you because you aren't confident in yourself or don't take the first step. This creates inner and outer duality. Understand that this outer duality is a reflection of your inner duality. We are sending you signs to your emotions and feelings so that you may understand everything that comes from you. Don't look outwards, look inwards. You are able to assert yourself and connect to your sacral chakra to trust in your feelings and emotions. And the entity would like you to know, My life was made of duality, and I always hesitated between two situations, two relationships, and two paths. Um, I didn't dare to make my own choices, and I didn't really trust in my own feelings. This sometimes created a considerable duality within myself and within others. I couldn't channel my feelings, and I was caught in a kind of struggle. The struggle may have been reflected in my outer life. It may have created something like inner fire. Today, I am free from this duality, and I'm in an energy of serenity. I now understand that through this connection to my feelings, that I am my own guide and we make our own choices. Others can't make them for us. So overstand this dimension of duality. Show forgiveness and open up yourself to the beautiful person that you are. So yeah, that's the thing. And I'll get your oracle angel cards. And let's get you your two angel cards for love from the oracle. And I'm glad that the message is speaking to you all for that. Truly. It's always for someone. Someone will gravitate towards it. So first, let's set your first message is don't hate, meditate. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through love, guiding me to love through meditation. And trustworthy friends, thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. So when it comes around with love, there's a need to kind of just be in a meditative mode about it. That doesn't mean you have to like close your eyes and go deep within yourself, but just be observant. Be observant of those around you, the love that you're receiving from them, the love that you are accepting of people, and don't gauge it as being good or bad, and don't gauge someone's love as less because it's not optimal for you. Um, just see who is actually truly giving you the love that you're desiring, um, and operate off of that so that you can start giving yourself that love, by lessening, the things that aren't giving you that full effect of love. But regardless, friends are very important right now. When it comes down to the realm of love, so if you are feeling like you need a source of love, definitely going towards friends or those who are close to you on the physical or even like in the digital, doesn't matter. Just those who are close to you, and receiving love from them, um, is a good get go for that. Got you, no worries. Got you. But yeah, if anyone else needs cards pulled or anything of that nature, let me know. Did I not? I didn't do the thing? Wow. The donos are not in the pinned. I lied to literally everyone that's coming in this stream. Now they're there. Now I'm not lying. Now there's no proof of it. Even the audio won't have the proof. Oh, how I forgot to pin that. I know I posted it. I did. I just never pinned it. That's funny. Well, now we have more decks to use. We have 2 animal decks. We have 2 angel decks. Speaking of animal, I didn't even get these animals for everyone. Let me get these animals. I didn't get these animals for the overall in general, the overarching message. I don't want to call them collective readings. I want to call them overarching messages. I don't know why. I just want to call them overarching messages. Let me see here. So the first animal card is Ant, which is perseverance. This is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so ambitious. By pacing yourself, the end result will be far more rewarding. Slow down, don't rush, work carefully, and learn to accept help from others. And Beaver, which is balanced. You are being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Shout out to my workaholics. I'm also a workaholic, so I feel that. Damn, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole ever again. That was a weird one. Wow. That was an answer I wasn't expecting to get. Sorry, I had to go. I got like a random thought that like it hooked me, and I was like, okay, I'll buy it. What is it? And I mean, it's not wrong though. I don't think. I'm not ready to say it. Therefore, no one else is ready to hear it. I'll need a minute or two to like combobulate myself, because that was a rabbit hole. But yeah, thank you, Esmer, so much. Truly, we appreciate love you. We appreciate love you very much. I didn't get these for me, actually. I'm gonna get these for me too. Man. But yeah. Damn. Yeah, I was like, I had a random thought and it drug me down like a rabbit hole. Um, Dude, I'm stressing myself out is what I'm doing. Cause I gotta stop. Like, I'm gonna keep getting the same message. Like, it's out of every card. It's been the same exact thing. They probably hate me right now. Like, can you fucking quit pulling cards? Like, dude. They're telling you the same thing over and over again. I had a dream about one, that's what's up. That means that there's some deep dive and some exploration that's either on the way or needs to be taking place, however, or you're in doing that currently. Especially in a dream. The rabbit hole, fucking, a lot of like tarot readers are using God as a permission slip to like damn and attempt to curse people's lives that they don't even know. And that like really hit me hard. Um like out of like left field, out of nowhere. It the thought that I had before didn't relate to this at all. It came out of like left field, ran me over, like flattened me, and was like, yeah, by the way, this exists now. So now I have to live with the fact that I know that some tarot readers are like fucking using the word of God and saying God's gonna kill you, just to like, I don't fucking know why actually, but regardless, to take out like residual anger or something, probably, I don't know, but I don't know. That smacked me across the face really hard, and I just was not ready for it. Yeah, dude. Like, people are so fucking weird, man. Like, how the hell are you working with God and then going, yeah, God's gonna kill you? And it's like, dude, no, God's gonna kill us all. We're all dead. We're all gonna die. Don't worry about who's killing who. We're all gonna die. That's see. How do we like? Whatever. I'm not. I need to do my. I need to like read this. Hold on. I'm backing up for a second. I gotta pause. No, but like, you know what I mean? How the hell is talk about someone dying spiritual? Like, where did that like thought form kind of, how did that slip in? Like, how did people just kind of like hurt people, I guess. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't agree with that phase. I don't like using that at all. But I mean, shit, dude. I don't know what else to say. I'm flabbergasted at it. Like, actually. No, they dead ass. They are like I don't know, man. It's not even like the thing is like really and honestly. I don't care how people read the cards. It's just be careful what you fucking say, dog. Because now you got a bunch of people happy and conflicted and sad about people dying when that's already a thing that exists. So now you got them fucking pitchforking. Yeah, I killed the karmics. Who are the karmics, dude? If my last name was karmic, I would literally like move like planets at this at this point. The amount of people that say karmics, dude. If my last name was karmics, I'd leave this planet. I'd be on a different galaxy at this point. Golly, dude. Holy shit. I could probably sue people for slander at that point. No. But you know what I mean, man. Like, it's just so interesting. Yeah, exactly, Steven. In reality, hurt people heal people. Because the only way you can heal something is to be hurt. And it's just, I don't know. I wish them well. Like it is a vicious cycle. It's something that you have to go through. Well, you shouldn't have to go through it, but if you went through it, you had to, right? It's not a place where your permanent resident is. You continuously move up, but a lot of people get comfortable and stuck in that safety net, and they don't want to like break it. Yeah, a lot of them are very angry. A lot of them have that residual anger effect where it's like the only reason why they're healed from it is because that individual specifically is not in their face anymore. But if they had to spend time with that individual in the room, they would probably go off at some point just because they said something and then go, look what you made me do. You made me go off on you, but that's what you deserve because and yada yada yada. So, I don't know. Aww, dude, I'm gonna. That's cute. That's cute. I'm sorry. I was pulling cards and I got the. I got that from my cards out of the fucking deck, out of the Voice of the Souls Oracle. I got Love in You, like, in that order, and that's just really cute. Like, that's adorable. That made my day a little bit better, not gonna lie. My day's slowly been ramping up, and that, like, gave it a kick. That was cute. That was adorable. I literally can't stop smiling now, because it's just like, it just warned, I don't know. It's stuff like that that makes me happy. Spirit just knows what the fuck is going on. Spirit just knows what's going on. I'm gonna read this message now. Hold on. No, but like it's just if because here's the thing, readers are not as healed as they think they are. When you're reading cards, no matter for someone else or not, doesn't matter if it's if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Doesn't matter. You're watching the thing for a reason. So everything in that is resonating with you to some degree, to a greater or lesser degree. The stronger the resonance, the more discernment that you need to really decipher what message is being brought to you. And a lot of readers can't actually discern past the physical. Despite knowing knowledge on ghosts and demons and Gnostics and like the Kabbalists and things of that nature and just occult things, there's not an actual spiritual grasping of what's happening in reality for most readers. So though they are walking the spiritual path, and they might even practice within hoodoo and voodoo and African spiritual practices, they themselves are actually detached from the wisdom, the nutrients, the source of mother when it comes down to spirituality. Rather, they're focused more on the father aspect of it. But yeah, I love when spirit does these things too. It's fucking beautiful. Oh, I've never seen any of those readers before. Les said, "Oh my god." And thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate love that. Thank you so much. But yeah, I've never seen readers that like. Now, I have seen readers who like they go and beef with each other within the chats and shit, and they'll say each other's names and stuff. But I've never seen one where they're like throwing like doing like negative recce. Now, don't. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Now, if someone's doing shadow recce, that doesn't mean that they're doing things sneakily. Shadow recce is recce healing on the shadow aspect of self. There's a difference. But like I call it like inverse recce, personally. But instead of healing and giving the energy, you end up latching on and creating hooks and holes and shit and draining from draining from people. A lot of is not. I'm not gonna say a lot. Excuse me. But some masseuses will do that. A lot of people in the massaging business, if they're within the arts, they will do that instead, and they'll drain it from like the shake the chakra points and stuff. Yeah, vampiric recce. You don't know how to do it. That's okay. If you can't donate through YouTube, I have other donation ways um, that can be used. Let me. I don't have a bank account, but I have a Chime account. So that's what we're working with. But yeah, if you do want to donate and you can't use the YouTube thing and can't figure out, I have PayPal, Venmo, Cash Out, and Chime. Yeah, Shadow Reki. That's Reki doing the for the Shadow. There's this dude. Oh my God, he's a Shadow Reki. He does Shadow Reki. I forgot what his name was, but he's really good. If I ever find his channel or remember it, I will definitely link it somewhere. Um, you have a look on the weekend word, no worries. But like it's vampiric Reiki is what it's actually called. Now, so whenever they said it, it clicked with me. But I call it inverse because instead of like giving, it takes. But vampiric Reiki is what a lot of people who use like the lower vibrational arts will do, and they'll like link onto that. Right. What was I gonna do after this? Because I was gonna do another thing after this. I'm pretty sure. Oh right, I didn't do. No, I did do that because it's not in the. So I did it wrong. Okay, never mind. Awesome. We are up to pace. But yeah, if anyone would like, a reading or anything, let me know. Um, I'm gonna have a lot of uploads today, so get ready for that. If you're in the Discord server, I'm so sorry because you're gonna get pinged like 1,000 times today. Cause I plan on going live 2 more times. That's the plan. Plan might change. Plan might get interrupted. Yeah, a lot of people are into different sections of the arts. A lot of people are into the arts. A lot of people that you wouldn't really expect or think would be into any form of art are. And it's really funny because I pick up on people who like do any form of magic. It doesn't even matter if it's like prayers or something. I'll pick up that someone does something, and I'll look at them as like, oh, you do something. I don't know what it is, but you do something. You got the funk on you. I don't care whatever type of magic you do. Whenever you mess in the realm of magic, you are marked forever. You have like gunk on you. It's not bad gunk, but it's a mark. Some people can sense that out and know like what you do. Um, and it's really interesting to do that because it's just like some people just do prayer, but they have the same like mark, the same gunk as those that like would mess in a graveyard or like mess with dead bodies and stuff in that sense. And it's like it's so funny because you can't like judge off bat. You have to be like, okay, you do something. The only difference is like how heavy the smell gets, like how heavy it is. That doesn't make sense, but it's like it gets more dense. I guess more metallic would be a term, but it gets dense. The more like low vibrational the work they do, the more dense it gets. Um, so it's very interesting. It's a skill that needs to be like adapted, but you can't really unless you're in like a coven and you're inviting random people in at times to like test that skill. It's kind of hard to do so, right? You would have to like go out into like a mall setting or like a big setting, uh, and do it in that sense. All right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You get it. Cause it's a thing. It's so funny, and it's even funnier because if you can pick up on people's stuff, you know whenever someone clocks you as well. So there's so many moments where I look at someone and I clock them for doing some form of like work or being in some form of the art, and then they look at me. It's like, oh, you do it because there's no way in hell you could clock me, and ping me if you didn't also do those things. So then we're in this awkward position where we both know that we do something and we have to just keep it casual. Like we can't jump off board because we still both have to like gauge out like what do you do? Like what does your energy feel like and things of that nature. It's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. Um there was one person that came up to me and I never want to bump into an individual like this again. They do work, but when they came up to me, they felt empty, and I did not like it. It was awful. It was like I don't know what was going on. Um, but she was like, yeah, like they were a prayer warrior. They did a lot of prayers. I didn't ask to who, obviously. That wasn't none of my business. I wasn't curious enough at the time. But they just felt empty. Like, imagine squishing a paper bag. What the inside of that paper bag feels like while it's being squished is what that individual felt like. And it was just so bizarre and I never want to experience it again. I will never in my life know how to describe that feeling. It's like and it wasn't like getting condensed. It was just like a void. It was so weird. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they were doing, but it just I don't know. It felt like they didn't feel real in a sense. Not calling them, AI or a robot, but they did not feel real. They felt like they were just like plucked out of like some random other place and like plopped here. No, that's a dumb way of explaining it, right? But it just felt like they came from some like line of like extreme programming because I'd never in my life met or felt anyone's energy like that in my life. I feel like the reason as well, they were kind of like cocky. So I feel like that's also why they felt empty. Usually people who are cocky have that like empty energy because they're trying to fill that void with something so that it's not noticed by them. But yeah, very much soulless too. Like dude, it was just fucking weird. Like they brought me over to talk to them, but they did all the talking, and everything that they talked to me about and tried to like educate me on was incredibly incorrect. So I just kind of sat there and like listened to it. I could have left. I could have done anything else. I stood there and was like, I'm gonna let you talk to me. Uh and they did not want to be corrected. I didn't try to. They didn't want to be educated. They didn't want to talk. They really want to talk. They just knew that I did tarot and wanted someone to yap at, which is completely fine. But I was like, cool. I'm not gonna say anything because what you said was wrong, and I don't want to like. I want to go back up to my room and like do my work. I want to go study now. Right. But no, dude, it was just such a weird feeling. I haven't seen them since that at that event either. I don't know if they picked up that I was just like not about it or what, but I haven't. They might have just left as well. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't. I do my best not to engage with. If someone talks to me and they're not trying and we're not like in conversation already, if they say something that just doesn't land right, there's a huge like majority chance I'm not gonna really respond back. I'm just gonna like look around. I might say I don't know what you mean, but the majority of the time I will just ignore. I don't know why. But that's the thing. It's not really like ignoring in the sense of me not listening, but I just won't say anything. I'll just go mute. Because I just don't want to. But I mean, if it was in casual conversation and we were both like exchanging back and forth, that's a different story. But I just got pulled to the side and immediately was told if you don't like a tarot card, you can put it back in the deck. And I was just like, I'm not gonna talk to you. Like off rip, you automatically broke like one of the one rules of tarot that even like modern day readers like know not to like break. Is if you see it, it's important. And it's just like I couldn't take the conversation serious after that. I don't get people who do that or say that they don't take reversals because they don't do negative readings. It's a lot more negative to give an incorrect message than a correct message. To be truthful and honest. Yeah, you pay like they were because we were talking about it and they were like, if someone was like, I'm afraid to get my cards right because I don't want to know when I'm gonna die, and they were like, oh, don't worry, if death comes out, you can put it back in the deck, and I was like, huh, like you can. When did they invent that rule? So I can just put back every card till it's the Wheel of Fortune every damn time with the world, and like just like I can do that. Like that's something I have the ability. I mean, obviously I do have the ability to do it, but that's something that I can do. So I can just have a whole deck of nothing but Wheel of Fortunes, um, and like magnetize them to my and have like a magnet at my table to make sure they always flip upright and do that. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that now. No, you know what I mean? Like I was so off put. I was like, there's no way. Like I was like, it was one of those why God me moments. Like man, like right person, wrong day, wrong time. I didn't even get a chance to speak. they said their shit left, and the person that they were talking, you know, because she was talking to like me and someone else, and the other person looked at me and said, "I don't believe a damn thing that they just told us." And I said that they were not right about anything that they said, out from the rip. And they were like, "I wouldn't trust this person for getting a reading," and I was like, "I don't want to like talk bad, because some people get readings like that, like some people need readings like that, you know, but that is not at all um, what you're doing." Yeah, they were kind of they, you know, not everyone I'm around is as like non-judgmental. So I just kind of float around a bunch of people. But yeah, she was just like, I don't. She was just not having it, and I was just like, yeah, it's just, you know, it's whatever. It's not my job to like fight. I got the information out, and you know, they got their stuff down that they say, so ain't no harm in it. It's all just a game anyway, at the end of the day. I'd just rather people play a game that gives an actual benefit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to play a game inside a game. I want to beat the game and do something else. Or something. Something along those lines. Yeah, that's like elite level manifesting, actually. Shit. Remind me to flip everyone's cards upright from now on. There's no such thing as a reversal. A reversal means it's coming immediately, actually. An upright means it's coming like soon, and the reverse means it's coming immediately. I appreciate you for stopping in, Panthers. Enjoy your time. But no. Dude, I really love this Shadow Tarot. This deck is not for everyone. It's so funny. I would like. So here's the thing. If this deck, if the occult tarot deck was not being used for other things, I would use it in readings. If the other angel deck wasn't being used for other things, I would use it in readings. I have a sigil on here that I've kept on this book forever to keep the fucking like energy down from this. Because the way I use these cards are not okay. And there are definitely some things bumping around in those cards. Um, but it is perfectly fine. Yeah, exactly. You might learn something. That's why I don't like respond. I'll nod my head and go along with it for as long as I need to. Um, but whenever it gets to that crossroads point to where it's like, if this goes on any further, they're just gonna think that I'm like validating what they're doing. So I have to like cut in at some point and be like, I'm not validating. I'm just allowing you to express yourself. Cause that's the first step of anything. Just talking. You can talk to yourself. You can do whatever. You can do a lot of like mental work. What did I get? I got the star in the tower is what I got. Why does the star in the tower seem like such a mystical like combination? Like, it just, the energy of that feels like weird, like fairy tale, like purple skylight type shit. I don't know, man. That's a very interesting combo. The star in the tower. They might be related somehow. I'm gonna have to ask questions. I need answers. I don't have questions. Hell yeah, Steven. What is? I need to go do an. I need to go look in on this now because there's something about the star and the tower that's like I don't know. It's just such an interesting like energy. I'm encapsulated. I can't. I'm stuck here for a minute. Where is it at? The star. I don't know why these two cards together remind me of purple. Well, I mean, the tower comes before the star, but the star before the tower is like, no. Why is the light? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I scanned a little bit. I looked into it. I was just looking at the star and the tower. Something about these two cards, like, was calling to me, and I was trying to see if they had any, like, similarities. To my knowledge, not really. Because I'm talking about, like, symbology wise. If there's anything that like relates these two cards and why I was feeling. Well, that's the Hermit Mountain in the background of the star. That's the Hermit Mountain in the background of the star. Well, I'll be damned. But that mountain is the same mountain in the tower card. So who came first, the tower or the hermit? Or the star? Traditional art? Yeah, traditional art. Hold on. I love doing this shit. What was I gonna pull out? I was looking for another mountain. The Three of Swords has the same background as those. The Eight of Cups. I think it would go the Eight of Cups to the Hermit, right? Because you'd walk up there. You'd go to the Hermit, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still learning. Oh, it goes from the fucking Eight of Cups to the Moon to the Hermit. I would assume. Right? There's the trail. Coming out of the water, walking up the... I don't know. Shit, dude. I will find out the order of these goddamn cards one day or another. Before I die, before I leave this earth in this incarnation, I'm going to figure out the order of tarot cards. And I will be in so much glee when that happens. I will do backflips and front flips and cartwheels. And it will be a joyous day. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm like, if I had like land or an area in the woods to go to and just um like a copper Wi-Fi adapter, I would just do that. Like I don't it's Andrew Virgo, that's what's up. Here we go, Hermit. I appreciate love you, sorry. Is that how you say your name? I apologize for mispronouncing your name if I did, but I appreciate love you. Thank you so much for the donation. And welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? How are we doing? How are we feeling? Man, I gotta remember I'm on this 2-day fast. I mean, it's 9-day fast. I'm on day 2 of the fast. Day 1 was easy. Day 2 should be easy. I have a solid week after. And then I DJ the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I literally, damn. Well, hold on. What my fast began at like what 1 o'clock? Cause that's when I stopped eating. I ate like a snack at 12, and then like I'll be DJing at that time, so I can get a snack. I can get a snack after I DJ, depending on what time I play. You just went through it fast. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm doing mine now. I'm getting myself set out, straightened out, while the equinox does its thing, and the equilibrium, and yada yada, you know. But there's a lot going on with the how the planetary alignments are, dude. There's so much going on. There's like a renewal, or a removal of like old relationships, old struggles and stuff going on within the planetaries with Venus and Saturn kind of and Jupiter kind of doing their thing. Let me look at all the planets for today. So we have Sun and Uranus in Taurus. We have Jupiter in Gemini. Mars is in Leo. Pluto is in Aquarius. Saturn is in Pisces. Mercury is in Aries. And then like Chiron's in Aries. Neptune is like on the cusp of Aries and Pisces. And so is another planet that's underneath Neptune that I can't fucking see. But there's literally nothing in Virgo. There's a few like there's Maid Make, which is in Libra, and Haume, which is in Scorpio. There's nothing in like Sagittarius or Capricorn. So those are cool. I forgot what like. Damn, the fact that Jupiter's in Gemini is fucking like not okay. A little bit. Well, it is okay because it's like your luck is based off of which aspect of self you're operating out of. And good lord. that can lead to some disasters or some very beautiful moments depending on the individual. Especially with like Uranus being in Taurus and that planet being about like the spirituality of things, the deeper connections, the inner works, you know. It's interesting. Here's the site I use. I'm just gonna give you all resources. I have time to give you all resources. This is the site that I use that tells you the planets and stuff. It's a good site. Um, yeah, I mean the moon connects to those cards. Um, as well as death. The moon card is also in death. The back of the moon card is in the background of death, I should say. But yeah, the moon, the star, and the tower, they are connected. Um, I forgot by how though. That's more of like esoteric knowledge within tarot though. That's more of using like the what is it fucking I know what it's called. I don't know why I said that. The Kabbalist system of tarot is how they connect in that esoteric time in that esoteric path. But yeah, it's really funny though. Like there's only one card in the entire tarot deck that actually matters. Like there's only one true, honest, important card in the entire deck, and that is the Two of Cups. Because it not only tells you the issue with man, but it tells you also the solution to how to get to it. The Lover's card uh, is just the Two of Cups, but in a more matured, um, external fit rather than. But yeah, the Two of Cups is the most important card in tarot. Every card in tarot is talking about what's happening in this card. The masculine walking towards the feminine with the foot walking towards taking her cup and using its resource, you know, healing itself with the line with the wings and the I forgot what the symbol's actually called, but the healing symbol, right? The snakes going up the pipe, the wand or whatever. Um, but it's all in there. The masculine's outfit is the way it is because he's in a tunic of fool's attire. Um, and that's just it. That's the two in you. That's all that. That's really all it is. The but you know the rest of the cards serve their purpose. But the Two of Cups is the most important card. Like even like the lovers tells you things, but the lover does not tell you the solution, like how to get to that point. The lovers just explains to you what happens when you get to that point, which you can gauge from the Two of Cups, if you get the Two of Cups in that sense. But the Two of Cups tells you everything. That's the problem, the solution. So yeah, that thing. I couldn't remember the name of it. Yeah, whenever I'm done with the minor arcana, we're going straight into the major. We're not gonna get too into depth of it because I don't want to overcomplicate things. Um, but I will. If the card symbology is just too hard not to talk about, I'll just base it off of that. But I also want to go over all the cards in like a group, so like you know, like all the wands, all the stuff, all the major arcana, and kind of like how they all like intertwine and stuff. Because that's what I was doing with that one graph I made that had a bunch of information of the tarot cards and stuff. That's what all of this, what I'm putting out now, basically is just like information on that, and it's not even complete. I didn't even like finish it. I'm probably not gonna finish it, but I'm using that as a resource. I'm using everything else that I've gathered as resource for studies and stuff. The difficult part is the astrology, I would say. Only because there are certain signs within the astrological system that I'm not sure of the original meaning of, that I'm trying to find. But yeah, the deep dives for that stuff is gonna be for the courses, because that shit, oh my god, it's gonna take a lot. But even then, um, the courses might turn into something different altogether, depending on what happens, depending on how things move. But anyone that's got the course, if things do change, anyone that has the course is just going to be put over on that other system and updated and stuff about it. Which is only one person so far, because only one person wanted to get the tarot classes, which is fine. But yeah, I just love talking about this shit. It's so interesting. Man, promotion is so stupid. I hate promotion. Why do I have to promote things? Why can't the algorithm just do its job and promote me? Yeah, I don't know. After I'm done with diving in with the tarot, I don't know what I'll dive into next. Probably some misconceptions of like spirituality. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a lot. I don't know. Something went wrong. What do you mean something went wrong? I need to check this. This is important to check. Okay, that's cool. Split the deck and draw from the middle. Good night. Sleep well. Sleep well. Sleep well. Yeah, I might have to get off here and do the videos and stuff that I was planning on doing, because it's already like 1 o'clock. I want to get that stuff kind of like knocked out of the park. So I will be back. You wanted to pick and choose what you wanted to hear anyway. That's so fair. That's so true. But yeah, I will be back late for. I'm gonna get some videos out and recorded and stuff. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the donations, for the love, the conversations. Just keeping a good energy. Thank you for just being here to completely. But I appreciate love each and every single one of you to the moon and back tenfold and forever. And I love you all to the moon and back tenfold and forever. I will see you all later.